Hello again. We are finishing up our discussion of solving quadratic equations by talking about one last strategy. It's the easiest strategy. It's just that you have to remember a complicated formula, and that is the quadratic formula. So we'll talk about how to do that. First of all, we're given a quadratic equation. This is what every quadratic equation looks like. It's something times x squared plus something else times x plus something equals 0. Now, either the b or the c could equal 0. A certainly can't because then you only have a linear equation. But basically, a, b, and c are being replaced with numbers, and you need to figure out what the solutions are to that equation. Well, what you can do is you can just use a basic formula. Not basic, it's kind of complicated, but here's the formula. So if you know what's in front of the x squared, you can call that a. You can take whatever's in front of the x, call that b, and you can take your constant, call that c, and plug them into that formula there, and you will get your two solutions. I say there's going to be two solutions because notice that the equation has a plus or minus in it. So replacing that with just a plus will give you one solution. Replacing it with just a minus will give you the other solution. All right, so here's an example. I'll leave the formula up there. So I have 2x squared plus 11x plus 5 equals 0. So the number that's in front of x squared is going to be my a, so that'll be 2. The number that's in front of the x is going to be b, that'll be 11. And the number that's by itself will be c, and that's 5. So every a will be replaced with 2. Every b will be replaced with 11. And every c will be replaced with 5. So now everything's replaced with numbers. So all I need to do is type that into a calculator. The first time I type it in, that plus or minus is going to be replaced with a plus, and that will give me negative 0.5 as my solution once I type all of that in. And then if I replace that plus or minus with just a minus, I will get negative 5. So my two solutions are negative 0.5 and negative 5. It's as easy as that. Okay, here's another example. If I wanted to solve 4x squared minus 5x minus 9 equals 0, then the number in front of x squared will be my a, that'll be 4. The number that's in front of just x will be b, and that would be negative 5. And the number that's by itself will be c, that'll be negative 9. So every a will be replaced with 4, every b will be replaced with negative 5, and every c will be replaced with negative 9. Okay, so then I just type it into a calculator. The first time I use a plus, where that plus or minus is, and I get 2.25. The next time I replace that plus or minus with a minus, and I get negative 1. So my two solutions are x equals negative 2.2, or sorry, x equals positive 2.25, and x equals negative 1. And it's as simple as that. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you tomorrow.